All right, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Once again, my name is Ed, and you have found us once again with Kitchen Inspirations with Ed. So today we have a fabulous gift idea for you. How many of you out there knew that Mother's Day was less than a month away? I looked it up the other day, May 8th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming up way too soon. We got to do something. We got to put a promo out there, get some gifts for the folks so that they can give it to their mothers and sisters, aunts, whoever. And yeah, so we put together a great promo for you. It's on bread machines, which everyone loves. Before we get too far ahead, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the chat. Let's see here. So if you have any questions, I'll be able to see it. And we also have a full team standing by to answer any questions depending on what platform you're watching. I know we got a few out there, so go ahead and watch us on whichever you're comfortable with. But without further ado, here we go. So Mother's Day, May 8th, less than a month. It's roughly 2.5 weeks, I think, right? If I got it, about 3 weeks now. So if you haven't gotten anything yet, I've got you covered. And we're going to give you a great gift with purchase as well. The fabulous Zojirushi apron. And for the first time ever, the dough scraper. Let's look at the close-up on this stuff. So this is going to be our gift here. Ooh, a little lack of focus there, wasn't it? So we have this awesome branded Zojirushi blue apron with 2 full pockets here. In addition to that, it's going to come with this awesome full metal dough scraper with a measurements of up to 6 inches. So if you're working on the bench, go ahead and scrape that up. And it's branded with the Zojirushi logo there. So this is what you're going to get with every bread machine that we send out from shop.zojirushi.com from now until May 15th. Get it for mom, get it for sister, get it for your niece, get it for whoever. Anyone that considers themselves a mother and is important in your life needs one of these to go with the bread machine. All right, so let's talk about the bread machines then. Are you ready? Here we go. We have them. We have 4. You've heard me talk about bread machines before, but never in this kind of context. So remember when COVID struck and everybody was at home, and did you remember how many bread machine videos you saw of everyone who just rediscovered bread? And that's fantastic because it's a great alternative to the store-bought stuff. Because why? You know what's in the bread. You put the ingredients in there. If I'm looking at the ingredients here, and it's actually written right here on the side of the machine in case you forget it, for a basic white bread. Here's what's in it. There's no partially anything. There's no riboflavin. There's no artificial things to keep it fresh on the counter. We have water, bread flour, sugar, milk, salt, butter, and yeast. All of those are easy to pronounce, and all of those, you know what they are. So when you're making your own bread, next time you're at the grocery store, look at the packaging. Read the ingredients. If you can't pick and know what every single one of those ingredients means, maybe you need to look into getting your own bread machine. That's what I'm saying. And moms, they baked so much for us and did so much for us when we were growing up. Isn't it time you gave her just something a little special? Here you go, Mom. All right, so at shop.zojirushi.com, we have 2 options for you. We have our 1-pound loaves, which is going to be our BBHAC10 and our BBSSC10. So if you see 10, that means 1-pound loaf, right? So BBPDC20, this is going to be our flagship model, top of the line, and our BBCEC20. When you see 20, that's going to mean 2-pound loaf. Ed, what do you mean 1 pound, 2 pound? Let me show you. Skeptical. There's our 1-pound pan. Just for comparison's sake, 2-pound pan. So if you see the 1-pound pan is going to be a little bit squarer, and the 2-pound pan is going to be more rectangular and of the shape that you're more accustomed to in a grocery store. What's great about about these machines, though, is it's not like that old bread machines of the past where it made bread and you were like, oh, this is pretty cool. We made our own bread for whatever holiday. And it was just this overly dense brick of bread, as I like to call it, where it had no flavor. It was just, you know, you had to really gnaw on it to eat it. Wasn't great. Nobody really liked it, but we all were like, oh, it's really, really good. We all love this stuff. But with our machines, because of the way that our heaters are set up, we allow it to oven spring. So what is oven spring? It's when all of the ingredients are activated so that it almost bursts out. When you look at this when it's finished, you're gonna have a nice round top like you're used to seeing with a nice crust. And if you want the crust a little darker, crust control. So you can go a little darker, a little lighter, or keep it as it is. All right, let me see here. Alex Lindy, I want to thank you for watching. Edgar Miyake, thank you very much. Marilyn Morgenstern, thank you for watching too. Casey Clemens, Hilgendorf, thank you. Paula J. Alderman, loves her Mini. Who doesn't love the Mini? It's a workhorse. That thing is a beast. Been around forever. Manny Romero, thanks again. Linda Wright, Gemini, I hope I got that one right. A little bit tricky. All right, so let's go into the specifics of the models, right? Let's start with the Mini since it's been the most talked about here. I hear a lot of people talking about the Mini right now. It's pretty hot. It's a pretty hot machine. All right, this one, there we go. All right, let me make some space. Then I'll bring the Mini in, AKA BBHAC10. Okay. All right, so what's great about the Mini is it allows you to kind of dip your foot in the bread machine waters without investing a ton of money, right? You're still gonna get the apron, you're still gonna get the dough cutter, mom is still gonna get, or you, is gonna get a great gift, and maybe you keep the apron and dough cutter and just, or vice versa, give them the bread machine and, hey mom, I got you a Zojirushi apron and a dough cutter. Oh, thanks, love it. But let me tell you about the Mini. So 1 pound loaf, as I said, it's gonna be in that kind of little bit of a rectangle shape, more squared, and the bread that you're gonna get out of it is 1 pound. Who is this great for? Empty nesters, single folks, families just getting started. Maybe it's just you and your partner at home. Maybe kids are gone, or it's just you and a little kid. You don't need a lot of bread. Another great option is if you have specific dietary restrictions that no one else in your house has. So for instance, maybe you are having trouble with gluten. Maybe you need to cut back on salt, sugar, or some of the other things out there that the doctors are prescribing. So if you want to be able to buy some stuff, but keep something that because of your dietary restrictions, definitely the 1 pound is a great option. Has timer. Timer right here. You can start it, reset it. The settings, and this is one of the issues with this one, and keep it in mind. The settings aren't as robust as our BBSSC10 or even our BBPDC20. This one has the fewest settings of all. And why is that? Because when we were limited to what we could physically put on the property right here around the control panel. So that was what limited our space, and that limited what we could offer. So we kind of made an adjustment on the BBSSC10 and went course by number, but let me just demonstrate this one here. The lid does come off. See this nice rounding here? That helps the heat reflect back in and create that nice oven spring effect as well. Got the heater underneath. Cord wraps up in the back. And always, if you forget the basic white bread recipe, you can't because it's right there on the side of the machine. All right, let's see. Get the pan, you load it up, comes in, a quick twist. I always get these, okay. There's the quick twist, so make sure you go clicking into the right. What we're looking at is light and regular crust control, quick baking, French bread, dough settings. It has a dough, a jam. Most of the things you can do with this, if you look on our website, zojirushi.com, if you need a little more inspiration, or even let's ask, was it Linda that had Paula that had the Mini. Paula, I'm sure, has some great recipes, and maybe she knows a few sites or something or boards that you can join and really dig into the recipes that you can do with this. BBHAC10, most affordable, most cost effective. If you just want to get your foot into the door on bread machines, don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a great option here for you. Moving up in the 1 pound space world, we have our BBSSC10. So this one is the successor to the Mini. So this is what we call our Maestro, I want to say, right? Maestro. So what's great about this one is, like I said, it was revolutionary for us. It was the first time we were able to offer well, we have the, make sure I can position this thing right with the camera. All right, so this was the first time we were able to offer the course by number. That no longer limited us to what we could physically stick print around the control panel. So now it's course by number, which you see here. We have 14 courses in addition to 3 homemade memory settings. What is homemade? You can control the rest. You can control the rise time. You can control the bake. You can program those in, and every time that you go to it, you select your memory setting, it's going to remember that particular setting. So think of it like a 15th, 16th, and 17th setting that you help create. Again, 1 pound loaf. Just comes up, twists, pull. What's great about this machine as well is, I know we have this camera maybe a little too, is the nut dispenser. So we see the nut dispenser here. In other models, when you needed to add nuts, what would happen is it would beep for you. So go beep, 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 and then you go ahead, add your nuts, close the door, and away you go. But the nut dispenser is in this machine, built into the lid. Let's check this one out here so we can actually see where it fits. Right up there. Snaps right into place. All right. And then the lid, the pan goes right back in. Close the lid. You can set the timer. What's great is what I like to do is set the timer for the mornings. You know, if I have a nice weekend planned and maybe I'll sleep in a little bit, I'll set the timer, and everybody in the house can wake up to fresh baked bread, and that smell just gets everywhere, and everybody loves it. Like, ooh, what do you got there? Oh, it's bread. Love it. So that's gonna be our BB SSC10, our Maestro. Looks great. Nice white plastic with chrome accents, and looks great on the countertop. I mean, it really is just a good bread machine. Great machine. All right, Keith, Randy, and Zhao, thank you very much for watching, guys. Carol Ann Weaver Madsen, thank you for watching. John Akeda, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, get the apron, get the dough cutter. All right, let's move into our big boys. Let's go to the 2 pound loaves. All right, 2 pound loaves here. 2 models. Let's see, that's pretty good right there, isn't it? All right, so on my left here, this is our latest and greatest. This is the top of the line model, the BB PDC 20. If you can see here, it's nice black with brushed stainless steel. Looks great on the countertop. And again, our BB CEC 20 in the same color scheme. Big difference is going to be in the features. So we learned our lesson here with the course by number on the BB SSC10. And we wanted to see, we had one just prior to this called the BB PAC, which was very similar. But we went ahead and took all of the technology that we learned from course by number in the BB SSC10 and added it to the BB PDC 20. So what does that give you? It gives you a lot more course settings. Why? Because all the course numbers are right here on the front. And we're no longer limited by what we could physically put around the control panel, unfortunately, like we are here. So BB CEC 20, fantastic option, really highly rated, all of these machines really. And even in some websites you'll find that people prefer the CEC 20 to the BB PDC 20. It's a matter of personal preference. If you're asking me, Ed, which one do you have at home? I personally have this one. And I've gifted it to my sister, my mom, and some other members of my family. But I like this one. I think it gives you more options. I like it for the dough setting, to be honest with you. Sometimes you can use it to make pizza dough or pasta dough, and it just goes in. It's easy. I don't have a stand mixer. I don't have to mix it by hand. I don't have to buy an additional giant product that sits on my counter and I use once a month. It's a versatile tool because it gives you a lot of options. We're looking at jam. What else? Dough. Especially as some of the things I use it for. During Christmas, it was great for all the breads. My family always likes to give away the homemade baked goods during Christmas. So it was walnut banana and maybe cranberry pecan, I think was another. Always lemon and poppy too. So just think of those kind of options that you may have. It's a great option. You're going to use it for a lot of different things. Sorry, guys. Whew, believe it or not, it's kind of hard talking up here repeatedly for 20, 30 minutes now. All right, so then we got the BBC EC20. A little bit lower price point, but still a fantastic machine. 2-pound loaf. It's going to make similar size bread. They both have that oven spring effect, so both of these machines are going to produce a nice, light, fluffy loaf of bread, which has a beautiful crust on the top. You can control that crust too with the crust control button. So there's crust control right here, and over here it would be the top button. But full color recipe book. If you need a little more inspiration, recipes are all online, so you can go to Zojirushi.com. See, plug in the type of machine that you have. For this one, if you want to look for some other alternatives, the BBP AC20 would be a good option if you don't see this one listed for the specific recipe that you like. But I mean, we have tons of recipes, tons and tons of inspiration. Just kind of get your thoughts going, and then maybe you want to tweak it a little bit. Maybe you want to start digging into that homemade setting. It's pretty awesome. Liquid set with the measuring spoons as well. Biggest difference, BBPDC20 is the first one that comes with the dry measuring cups. Sorry, it took me a second there to figure that one out. And then again on the BBC EC, we have the liquid measuring cup and the spoons. So tablespoon, teaspoon. One thing I want you to keep in mind, and here's a trick, if your bread is not, if you already have one of these and you're like, Ed, I love it when it's right. I spent a lot of money on this machine. I want it to be right. I want to impress my friends, my family. Everybody's coming over for Easter. What's going on? All right, here's what you do. So measure. Get yourself a kitchen scale and weigh all of this stuff. So if you see in the recipe book, it should have grams listed for every ingredient. Go through, put, however you choose to measure, you could even put it in a bowl, zero that out, add the water, zero that out, and do it in the order that it says, top to bottom, in the recipe. So if you do that, you measure, you're going to get much more consistent results because you can make very, very, very fine details, right? So that's my tip from me to you. If you're having a little trouble with your bread, make sure you measure. It's going to make a huge difference. Huge difference. Shelly Farr is watching. Thank you very much. Also Mary Wu and Patricia Harris-Gupton. Thanks, guys. Dan, thank you for watching. I as well. So, guys, Mother's Day is coming up again, May 8th. What are we offering at shop.zojirushi.com? The Ed special here with the apron. You get one of yours. There it is. And for the first time, the custom dough scraper made out of solid metal. Looks like brushed stainless steel to me. So go to Zojirushi. Oh, sorry about that. So let's go on to shop.zojirushi.com. You can pick up any of these items. They're all well stocked. We're ready to ship. We ship right here out of Torrance, California. Oh, let's see. We got Luz Figueroa. Hi from Florida. Hi, Florida. And paper for you. Hi. Is it hi or Hawaii? It's always interesting. So here's the thing. Let's see who's from the furthest away. If you're the furthest away, I'll make you a deal. If you buy a bread machine at shop.zojirushi.com, I'll throw in an apron and a dough scraper just for you. So if you go there right now, whoever's from the furthest away, I'll throw in this apron and dough scraper. I can't believe it. Going out of my mind. Someone come stop me. Sherry Matlock, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. All right, so the deal, that was a little bit of joking aside because everybody gets one when you buy it at shop.zojirushi.com. But the deal goes through May 15th. So you have a little bit of time. It's a month from today. You can still get the apron and dough scraper. We're well stocked on all of our bread machines. No need to worry about inventory there. I know the supply crunch is hitting everywhere in the world right now, but it's not hitting us with bread machines, trust me. So it's something you can gift, makes a fantastic gift. It's something people are going to remember. And if you're a little bit limited on space, definitely recommend the 1-pound loaves. If you're kind of a bread aficionado, the BBPDC20. If you have a larger family, you don't need all the bells and whistles here. BBCEC20 is a fantastic option. And like I said, some of the highest rated reviews have come on the BBCEC20. So don't sleep on its lower price tag. It's a great machine. Paula J. Alderman, fragrant herb is her favorite. Pumpernickel. So, I know it's a silly question, but pumpernickel is not made from pumpkins, right? I mean, it's just a brown, that's a stupid question. I'm sorry. So, yeah, pumpernickel is that dark brown bread. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like kind of fruit bread, so I guess it'd be banana nut would be a good one for me. Walnut, banana walnut. But I'm also a sucker for sourdough. You know, being out here in California, we have some of the best sourdough in the world up in San Francisco. And it's really hard to beat, but it's also really hard to make. So I've been trying to figure out a good sourdough starter for a long time. I keep messing it up. So if anyone has any sourdough they want to give me some tips on, I'd be happy to take it. Kin Tai, thank you for watching. All right, so there we said, shop.zojirushi.com. You can see the full line of bread machines. 2-pound loaf, like I said, maybe you don't need all that size. The 1-pound loaf is perfect for if you're starting out, especially the BBH AC10. Or people have had this machine and they've told me when they see me out at trade shows or things like that, and when we're doing demos, Ed, I've had this one for 20 years. I got it as a Christmas gift, or I got it as a wedding gift, or I got it for Mother's Day. And they've had it for a long time, and they said it works perfectly. Why do I need to upgrade? It does exactly what I want, and people are extremely happy with it. And you can see some of the things Polly here is talking about. So she's made, obviously, fragrant herb out in the bread machine, and pumpernickel. So versatile, make it your own. You got the homemade settings. Go ahead and make those adjustments. All of its recipes are just an idea, right? A starting off point. Hard to narrow down bread. If I had to pick my favorite kind of bread, it's got to be sourdough. Pound cake? Pound cake. Big pound cake guy here. With me, it's that big crusty sourdough. Throw some butter on that. It's awesome. Can't beat it. Every time I'm in the San Francisco airport, I always get a little roll of boudin before I come home. All right. So guys, if we don't have any more questions, and let me check YouTube. Do we have any in there? Luz from Florida, no questions. What's going on? I said hi. All right, folks. So go ahead, get a shop.zojirushi.com, get your dough scraper, get your apron, and make Mom a happy camper this Easter or this Mother's Day. If you're going out, be safe this weekend. I know it's Easter. A lot of people kind of like to get a little crazy in the holidays, so be careful. Love to see you back here next Friday. We have a very, very special show. If you're still joining us, we have our new rice cooker out, the NWJEC10, the brand new flagship. It's incredible. It's pressure, induction. You won't believe this machine. It is fantastic. So join us next Friday. We're going to do that one. And also a gift with purchase with that machine. So come on back. Once again, guys, my name is Ed. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you next time. Take care.